Today community. If you're new here, I'm Tia.
And I'm Leah.
And we are the Mindset and Manifestation Coaches, the sisters behind the brand and the co-founders of Janae.
Here on this channel, we talk everything mindset, manifestation and more. We help you to simplify manifestation and make it a lifestyle.
Okay, and as you can see from the title of this video, we're talking about how your power is right here in the now and what that actually means. So stay tuned. We've spoke about this in one of our past videos about the misconceptions of manifestation and how in this community of all of us manifesting, we can put the power outside of ourselves. We can think that the universe is testing us, it's giving us lessons, when it's actually understanding that we are the operate power and everything that we create in our reality is a manifestation of what is going on internally. So within, so without, we say it in literally every video. Because manifestation has become so mainstream and everyone's jumping on it and everyone's like a coach or teacher or drawing from their personal experience, it's now seen as something that's outside of ourselves. When manifestation, the universe is within us. We are the creators of our own reality. So when you can really grasp on the concept of we hold all the power, and yes, we can co-create with the universe, because once you have that desire, I believe that the people, the experiences, the situations come forth, but that all stems from me.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful way you just put it, because we are taught to believe that it's outside of us, like something is bringing something to me. So, and I used to think that, I know we both used to believe that, but the more we was on our manifestation journey, we started to realise, like, I am the operant power. I'm the one that gets to decide everything that's happening in my life. So if everything is orchestrating through me, if I create unfavourable circumstances, I can create the opposite. If I create an undesirable version of people, I can create the opposite, because everything is stemming from me. So everything is happening through me. It's not happening to me, it's happening through me based on how I believe and I'm perceiving situations. So if I can realise I am the power here, I am the one running the show, this is my movie, as we always say, my thoughts do create, I am the creator of my reality, we really then do start to take our power back. Because there's a beautiful verse, and I think it says something like, God dwells as me within me. And oftentimes we're thinking that's an outside source, but no, we all have that unique power within us to know that I am a walking manifestation of someone who holds power to create godly things. And I know it sounds a bit woo-woo, but it's absolutely true, because you are the operant power and you're the one deciding all the components in your life. If you look at your movie, like you have like the actors and all these roles that you're assigning to people based on your perception and your thoughts about a situation, and that all stems from how you think, feel and believe about yourself. So it's your state of being essentially what's creating your reality. So once you can really grasp that, you can take your power back and create something new for yourself.
Yeah, and I think it's, if you can literally get to the standpoint of being a conscious creator, and that's what me and Leah do, make manifestation simple, of like, you've created something favourable in your circumstance and be like, I did that. If you've created something unfavourable in your circumstance, you're like, I did that. Because by you taking ownership of your reality, you're no longer in that victim mindset of someone is doing something to me. And you might be sitting there thinking, Tia, Leah, I didn't tell him to go out and do that. I don't want not having any money. I don't want to see this certain stuff. I didn't manifest losing my job. But the reality of it is, based upon your thoughts and how you think, feel and believe, you have created that situation. Because we were having this conversation this morning that there's no law of exclusion, everything is inclusion. So if you're giving your attention to it, if you're having thoughts about it, if you have a natural self-concept in that certain area of your life that is like, I'm not chosen, I don't get what I want, these situations come through to shine a light of what you've got going on internally. And it's such a beautiful like way of life that we actually have the power. So when you can actually grasp this and understand this, you instantly take your power back, because you know, like we just said, that if I've created this, I can then create something else for myself. Moves us perfectly onto the next point of everything that you want is done. There's a version of me already living with everything that I want. There's a version of me that already has all the desires, is happy, has the six-figure business, is married with children, jetting off everywhere, living my best life. But it's me allowing myself to tune into that version of myself. And when I say tune, because I know a lot of people find that woo woo, it's me removing the resistance. It's me taking down the layers that I believe that I can't have it. And step by step, as I tune my self-concept, as I reprogram my subconscious mind, I'm aligning myself to that version of myself that has the things you want. Because we don't want to, it's like a buffet, like you go to a buffet to eat food, but you don't want to eat the entire buffet in one sitting. You'll go to the buffet and eat your favourite food, and that's how I see life. Like if you're living your life tuning to yourself, recalibrating your self-concept, the things that you want, they will come in, but you don't want it. I don't want to experience all my life right now. Enjoy the journey. Everything you want is done. It's just trusting in yourself and the process.
And I believe creation is finished as well. And like Tia said, like every version possible of someone, that is already in place. So that means you get to just select the realities that you actually want to experience. So if you want to be in a reality where you're getting everything that you want and trusting, if I have this desire, I can have it. If I'm desiring something like more money, a healthy, loving relationship, better health, better friendships, a 6-figure business, whatever it is, that creation is already done. It's just you getting out of your own way and becoming the version of you that aligns to having that desire, because the creation is already done. Otherwise you couldn't have a thought for something if you couldn't have it. And I've always said this and I've always believed that. And that's what keeps me going, I think, in manifestation and being a conscious manifestor, knowing like I wouldn't have this if I couldn't have it. So the fact that I can think of this means I can have it. I just need to start now trusting myself and knowing like if I want this, I can have it. I just need to start believing in me and aligning my self-concept to the version of myself who has this 6-figure business, has wonderful, thriving health, relationships, whatever it is you want for yourself. And that will become your reality, because what we assume ourselves to be is what we manifest. So if you can assume yourself into a position of I am this person, that will start to be your experience.
Yeah, and like I say, if you have to fucking pretend that that version of yourself doesn't exist anymore and live from this version of yourself that has the business, is confident, is secure, has all the men chasing after, is like financially, has all the money that she wants, fucking do it, because your thoughts create. And what you give your focus to is what you give your energy to. And this has been so true for me, of like, if you can stop giving your attention, like the previous video, or stop living from that version of yourself that doesn't have the things that she wants, you won't be able to create the life you want. You cannot give your attention to the lack of something and also expect it to appear in your reality.
Definitely. And I think the difference is when you're coming from a place of living in the end of something, meaning like you know it's already done in a sense, and sometimes it can be difficult for people to really get into the state of it is done when you're used to being in a state of lack and I don't have. But I always say it really is that trust exercise, is assuming the position of the person living the life that you want. And like Tia said, even if you just have to forget who you used to be, because there's no really past and future, there's only this present moment, that's only who you are now. So if you want to be a confident person, start telling yourself you're a confident person, and you have no choice but to become that version of yourself, because you're telling yourself that, and then also that's going to be reflected back to you.
Yeah.
And it's just as simple as that. And sometimes it can be like, well, is it just as simple as that? But it's only you convincing you. There's no one else to convince.
Yeah.
In this journey, it's you allowing yourself to become this version. I know sometimes when we're so wired to be a certain way because this is what we're used to being, when we start telling ourselves we're now a new version, we know that the mind steps in and is like, wait, hold on a minute, we're not used to being a person that feels confident. What do you mean now you're confident? Look at all these experiences where you've had that you weren't confident, and you can just have to stop yourself and say, no, I'm not that version of me anymore. I am now the version of me who is confident. You have to start telling you, no, this is now who I am. You have to keep telling you, this is now the new version of me. I have to keep remembering who I am, in a sense of, no, I've always been a confident person. This is now who I am. I don't resonate with someone who's unconfident, because that's not my identity. My identity is someone that is confident.
Yeah, and I think you just touched on a powerful thing of we only ever have now, and now, and now, and now. So if you're sitting there and if you're obsessing over your past or obsessing over your future, you're never going to get anywhere, because you're just permeating either past circumstances or permeating the fact that you don't have something and it's not in your current reality. So if you can live and stand, if you can start manifesting from the standpoint of all my power is in right now, and it's in the here and now, and I'm always creating from the standpoint of now, you create a subtle shift of like you're becoming that conscious creator, but you're also enjoying your reality to know that you will get the things you want.
And when we can look at who we want to be and step into that person today and make that conscious choice, it's like who we have been up until this point is just a byproduct of our past thinking. So if I can now, in my now moment, decide to be, like I said, the analogy of being a confident person, when we do get to our future self, we are now the version of ourselves that is a confident person, because we put in the work to reprogram our self-concept and our belief system to be someone who is confident. So that's now who you've always been. You know what I mean? So
I just want to draw on something, and I'm going to ask you this question of, if you're watching this, you're like, where the fuck do I start? What would you tell someone?
Where do I start with being the person that I want to be? I think it's getting clear on who you want to be, first of all, and what that kind of looks like for you. What does it look like for you to be the confident person, to be the person that is thriving in every area of their life? Write down and get clear on who that person is, how that person goes about their day, how that person thinks, how that person acts, and what that person believes. And then you know you've got a great set point of what your new story is and what blueprint you've got for yourself, and start embodying that person.
Yeah, I agree completely with that, because so often clients and stuff they'll be coming from that place of, I know what I don't want, and that's great, because once you know what you don't want, you know what you do want,
old story,
and you can get rid of the old story. But you've actually got to give yourself opportunity and bet on yourself to actually get out of your own way, because the only person that's ever stopping us is us. And once you can have that awareness for yourself to be like, yeah, I've been living from this version of myself for so long, but actually what is it I want? Who do I want to become? It shifts, it moves mountains. Like, you're instantly in your mind creating and having an awareness for a new self-concept, a new version of yourself, a new identity.
Yeah, so we hope you enjoyed this video and had some key takeaways from it. We really look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you'd like to work with me and Tia one-to-one, our links to do that are in the description box down below, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.